Are we making good decisions? That's the message. That's the question. Are you making good decisions for the life that you're asking for? Are you choosing the right things to help you get to the vision that you say you have for your life? First, you heard ET say, right? My dreams are never too big. That could be an affirmation for you. If you've been around small thinkers for a long time, if you've been around people that have kind of poo-pooed your dream a bit, you've given them something, they're like, oh, people like us don't do that. That's not possible. You'll fail at that. That's a scam. Da, da, da. Like, I come across so many people that when they meet me and it's the first time them meeting me, they don't really know I'm a big dreamer. I'm a big, right? Like I have a huge vision for our life. So I always encourage people's visions. I'm always about, pushing people in that direction. But I have so many people coming to me like, "Ah, I don't tell people like what I'm doing or what I'm thinking about or the vision I have." And I'm like, how come? And normally it's because at some point somebody shot it down. Somebody didn't believe in it. Somebody said they dreamed too big. Somebody said that's not possible. And that was discouraging to them. So they started to what? Protect themselves. They started to say, you know what? Well, I'll just keep it with myself. I'll just work on it myself. I won't let anybody know. It's the opposite for us dreamers, the opposite for us with big visions. We want to encourage people that have big visions. I want to share my vision with everybody. No one will tell me I'm dreaming too big because I know if I can see it in my mind, I can hold it with my hand. Is that your belief? If you see it with your mind, do you believe you can hold it with your hand? Because that's what ET just told you. There's no dream that's too big. If anyone ever tells you that, you're just around the wrong people. That's all. You're just around the wrong people. But in order to get to that dream, in order to get to that dream, you have to make better decisions. The decisions that you've made up to this point have you at the exact point in your life that you are, right? The decisions you've made up to this point, the decisions of how you've thought about things, how you've thought about your money, how you've thought about your relationships, how you've thought about your health, how you've thought about entrepreneurship, how you've thought about your job, have you exactly where you are right now. So, you know the thesis, y'all. If you change your thinking, you change your life. Well, if you change your thinking, let's get more granular. If you change your thinking, you'll make different decisions. If you change how you look at a situation, you'll take different action at that situation. If you think about this situation the exact same way, you're going to keep getting the same results. More of the same equals more of the same. You all know this. The question is, are you doing what you know? Are you in the process of making better decisions with your life? It's important. It's important. In our text, the 177 mental toughness secrets of the world class says champions are decisive. Your ability to make decisions, you'll see whether it's quickly, whether it's the right one, wrong one, doesn't matter. Your ability to make decisions will determine the quality of your life long term. Your ability to just make decisions. A lot of times we're not making decisions, nor do we practice the habit of making decisions. And so that's what ET is stressing to you. If you want something, if you have that vision written out, you can see your life. You have to make different decisions in order to get there. And so here's what it says in the text, right? It says, while average performers are timid and lack confidence in their own judgment, champions are known for their ability to make decisions, especially under pressure. The difference is courage and confidence. Say that again. The difference is courage and confidence. I'm going to just pause there. Let me put a pin in it because every time I read that word courage, it always takes me back to the saying I heard where, we always would say, it takes money to make money, right? It takes money to make money. And then I had somebody debunk that for me. It's like, it doesn't take money to make money. It takes courage to make money. It takes courage, right? That's why an immigrant can come here. That's why someone can come here and have no money. Someone can, Damon John wrote a book called The Power of Broke, right? Where you can come from absolutely nothing and then you can actually attain whatever life you want. Why? Because you have a level of courage. Now, sure, that courage might mean you have to now go ask people for money, or you have to go put yourself in a position, right, to meet new people or whatever the case is, but it takes courage. It takes courage. And a lot of times, I'm gonna get off this point, but a lot of times Our jobs took our courage away. It took our courage to go after the life we want because we settled for benefits. We settled for comfort. We settled for stability. We settled for security. We didn't keep kind of putting ourselves in a position where we had to exhibit courage and confidence. Courage. So I just want to put a pin in that right there to understand that that's really what this is about. It's about you having supreme courage and confidence to go after the life that you say you want. It says back in the text here, it says, even the best leaders are uncertain about their decisions in an environment of unprecedented change. The difference is their willingness to make a decision and take full responsibility for the outcome. Amateur performers habitually play not to lose and procrastinate because they fear making a mistake. The great ones know mistakes will be made and can be corrected. Their willingness to assume full responsibility for their decisions eliminates the need to gather more input than is absolutely necessary. Developing a sound decision-making process while understanding every decision is somewhat a gamble is the foundation of superior leadership. Professional performers can lead people and organizations effectively under such high-pressure constraints because they possess the self-trust necessary to make decisions without fear. Generally speaking, the higher the leadership position, the greater and deeper the leader's self-trust must be. Courage, self-trust, and the willingness to assume full responsibility for the outcomes of their decisions are mandatory traits of competent and effective leaders. What ET is talking about is your ability to make better decisions. What this book is talking about is you making decisions faster and trusting yourself and having the courage to trust yourself more than you do now. These are the things that will help you get to the life you don't need a break from. Small shifts. How much do you trust yourself? How much do you trust your decision-making process? How much do you trust that you are, even if you don't make the right decision, that you'll figure it out? That's what this comes down to. We have to make decisions for our life. We have to make decisions every single day to get us to the man or woman God called us to be. And the decisions that we've made up to this point have gotten us to where we are. So if we want to get to a different place, you want to see something different in your health, in your spiritual life, in your finances, in your business, in your relationships, in your marriage, like you want to see something different, you need to make different decisions. What it says in here is developing a sound decision-making process. How do you currently make decisions? How do you currently make decisions? Is it based on fear? Is it based out of right worry? Is it based out of like how do you make a decision? Do you consult with anybody? Is it just in your head? Do you write it down? Do you ponder it for a year? Do you think about it for 6 months? Do you make quick decisions? Does it take you forever to make decisions? This is a part of your journey in learning how to get to that highest, grandest expression of yourself. Remember, the reason what this process does, it helps you build the capacity needed to handle the life you're asking for. So when you have more life in all the areas, you have life where you want it, it will require you to make decisions faster. That's what'll happen. I'm speaking from experience. The more that I continue to grow, the more the business grows, the more my finances grow, the more all the stuff grows, I have to make decisions quicker. And I have to be okay with the decisions that I make, knowing that if I figure out I went the wrong direction, to course correct and come back. I know I can do that. But you have to be willing. It's the willingness to make a decision. And specifically to get to the life you want, make a different decision than probably what you've been making. This is important for us to understand. Again, for us that want to go after our ideal life, you want to get to the life you don't need a break from. Courage, confidence, self-trust, the willingness to assume full responsibility for the decisions you make. Sometimes we don't want that responsibility. You don't want the responsibility of saying, hey, if I make this decision, it could, right? The downside is There's a lot of people that could be impacted if I make this decision. Most times we don't want that responsibility. Why? Because we might not have the courage to put ourselves in that position. So growing your courage, growing your confidence. How do you do these things? Putting yourselves in these positions more frequently. How do you develop courage? It's by doing the scary things more often. That's how you develop it. It's by doing the scary things more consistently. I use my daughter as an example. She's a child. It's very easy to understand how children operate. You can watch them, right? Their brains aren't as developed, so you can see it. I've watched my daughter do the things, the scary things, climbing to the top of, some, you know, jungle gym type thing, riding a roller coaster, right? Like the little scary things that she's like, I don't know, I don't know. And then she takes that one step and she does it. And then what? She does it like 800 more times, right? Because she realized, oh, it really wasn't that scary. And I figured it out and I didn't die and nothing really crazy happened. So now I'm going to keep doing it. Now we got to take that lesson as adults. As an adult, the things that you're scared of, the things that are outside of your comfort zone, the things that you don't want to face, that's exactly what you need to do in order to build the courage. Because the more you face it, the more you have a crucial conversation with somebody, the more that you put yourself in a position to be way outside of your comfort zone, to experience the growth, the more courage you have to continue to face life, to continue to do this process. The more we shy away from the thing, the more we keep it in our head, the more we just think about what we want to do, but we don't actually do it, the less courage we have. And some of us have been having our courage depleted for years. Why? Because you haven't been working that muscle of fear. You haven't been doing the scary thing. You haven't been challenging yourself. This has to be a habit. Well, where do our habits come from? They come from our thinking. This is why I tell y'all, if you change your thinking, you'll change your life because these are the things that happen. Once you change your thinking, it'll change how you see things. You'll take different actions because you'll make different decisions. And when you make those different decisions over and over again, it creates habits in you. Right now, you have a habit of maybe not doing the scary thing. Maybe you have a habit of shying away from those things. That's why maybe we don't have the courage or we lack a little bit of the confidence or the self-trust to make decisions quickly, to make better decisions. But this is the process, y'all. This is what you're working on. This is why you're on these calls. You're here because there's something out there. There's more up ahead for you. There's more that you want to experience in life. You want to have life exactly where you want it. It's going to require you to become a different person. And one of the things you're going to have to work on is your decision making. Eric Thomas told you today. I'll second that. You got to be able to make decisions and then take full responsibility. Don't blame anyone else for the decisions you made. Make good decisions, you'll get rewarded with good things. Make poor decisions, you get rewarded or not rewarded, right? With bad things. So make some good decisions. Here's what this quote says, if I had to sum up in one word what makes a good manager, I'd say decisiveness. You can use the fanciest computers to gather the numbers, but at the end of the day, you have to set a timetable to act. That was Lee Iacocca. The action step for today says, take a decision you've been putting off for a while and decide on a course of action within the next 24 hours. Whatever decision you've been putting off, decide, decision, right? Decide today how you're going to move forward with it and then start doing it. It will develop your courage, ladies and gentlemen. It'll develop your ability to trust yourself that you know what's right. Your intuition is right. God has given you, right, visions and understanding so that you can go off and get to the life that you don't need a break from. It says decision-making skills are like muscles. They can only be built through use. So this is your message, your reminder for you today, this Monday, September 8th, to make some better decisions. The decisions that you make are going to shape your destiny. It's going to shape your future. So once you know the man or woman that you want to go off and be, start making decisions in accordance to that person. What would that person do in this situation? What would the healthier version of you eat today? Make that decision, y'all. And good stuff is going to happen. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve it. Your families deserve it. People are counting on you. You don't know this yet, but people are counting on you to take this information and do something with it. Pass it down to kids. Help your community. You don't know, but you got to do this work. The reason you're on these calls and they're not is because God wants you to get this information so you can go do something with it, so you can build the capacity to handle what's up ahead. All right. Go out, do something that scares you today. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Do something that your future self will thank you for. I'll see you guys back here on Wednesday. Take care.